the modern Army sniper faces a whole range of new threats. Chief amongst those, vehicles driven by suicidal combatants and filled with explosives. These car bombs, known as Vehicle-Borne Improvised Explosive Devices, or VBIEDs, have caused hundreds of casualties. To help reduce this growing threat, modern Army snipers utilize new tactics and weapons to stop the vehicles before they reach their intended target.
Say you're overwatching a traffic control point, and you have an individual that's approaching the traffic control point and they refuse to heed warnings. That's going to tell you that there's something about to happen, either a VBIED or something along those lines. How do you stop that vehicle from forward movement if you don't have a rifle that will take out the vehicle? We have to be able to reduce that target, i.e. the driver. Well, in order to do that, you need to know how that bullet's going to function when it penetrates the windshield. Is it still going to maintain enough integrity to reduce the target? Is it still going to maintain its trajectory to achieve point of aim, point of impact?
All right, hey, right now we're gonna engage targets through glass at a distance of 220 yards. We're looking for the effects of what the bullet's doing after it passes through the glass, and we're wanting to see what the secondary projectiles off the glass will do to other people in the vehicle or in the area around.
Every chance we get to shoot through something new, whether it be glass, or through concrete or cinder block or wood, that gives my instructors, that much more knowledge on exactly what's going to happen when they shoot through similar material, while they're deployed. And that's the whole point, is to understand, for their knowledge, and what's going to happen after they pull that trigger.
All right, let's go down range, take a look, clear your weapon.
It doesn't look like it. The glass is going to, throw that much effect into it, though.
Not at this range.
With this glass,
yeah.
Within windshield.
Yeah, like if this was your head here, the pieces that would have penetrated all the way through your skin are these little holes, with the bullet being right here. All right, hey, for this next one, same distance behind the targets. Now we're going to cant them at a 45-degree angle as best we can. So it's like we're engaging a target. We're sitting in a building, a target's driving down the road, and we're engaging it like this. With this angle, when the round penetrates the glass, it's going to kind of hit it almost more at the side, so it's going to have a chance to deflect the bullet more. So we'd like to see the difference of the point of impact once it reaches through the glass. We're noticing at this 45-degree angle that round is mushrooming once it hits that glass, which is producing a larger hole on the cardboard or in your target. This data is pretty realistic for the engagements that we're doing. If we do got to engage through vehicles, which there's plenty of in Iraq, Afghanistan.
We do a lot in combat and things like that, but actually, see the true effects of it, and that was the purpose of it. And also, it's a good thing too, because we collected all the data and we kept, the targets and the glass that we used. So when the students come through and they ask about it, I'm like, hey, not only are we going to tell you about it, we can show you.
While eliminating the driver is a sound tactic for stopping a vehicle, some circumstances dictate that the better tactical decision may be to destroy the vehicle's engine as opposed to the person driving it.
The biggest threat at a vehicle checkpoint is a VBIED. So if a guy looks like he's on the gas and he's not slowing down, you can take out that engine block, disable the vehicle, and hopefully it blows up where there's nobody around.
One weapon system that is devastating on vehicles and is a staple of many vehicle checkpoints is the legendary Barrett M107.
The 50 cal has increased the sniper's capability almost 3 to 4 times the normal distance that he can engage a target.
Unlike the bolt guns that the military uses for sniping, it's a semi-automatic rifle. You can lay down very devastating fire in very quick succession. It's very effective at immobilizing vehicles and reducing hard targets.
I know that when we were in Afghanistan, our typical engagements in Afghanistan going mountaintop to mountaintop was, in excess of 1,000 yards. So you definitely want a weapon system that'll reach out there and touch somebody.
To make the weapon even more lethal, the sniper has many different types of ammunition available that can be used depending on the type of target. The most versatile and destructive is the API, or armor-piercing incendiary round.
What this round does is when it hits the target, it explodes, and then the round goes on into the target. So when you actually hit the target with this round, you'll see a flash on the target where the incinerator part goes off. If you're wanting to disable a vehicle, shooting in the motor, you're going to tear it up. It's going to stop it cold.
While an incredibly effective weapon, the 50 does have its drawbacks.
The Barrett weighs 28.9 pounds. Unloaded, when you load it up, it gets upwards of 30 to 33 pounds. So it's pretty heavy.
To climb up the side of a mountain in Afghanistan with that 107 plus, 3 or 4 days worth of gear in your ruck really takes a toll on the sniper, especially wearing body armor and all that other kind of stuff. I've known guys that weighed 120 pounds and their rucks alone were 150.
It is big and bulky. The ammo is ridiculous. It puts off a huge signature, which jeopardizes a sniper.
Once you pull that trigger, you now have the potential of becoming a target yourself.
Despite its drawbacks, the M107 is a devastating weapon system that has proven its value at not only destroying vehicle targets, but also eliminating personnel at ranges beyond the capabilities of the M24. This need to eliminate the enemy beyond 1,000 meters has prompted the desire to enhance the M24's capabilities by simply changing the barrel to accommodate a larger round and replacing the stock with a state-of-the-art chassis system.
In the Army now, it's got a solicitation out to upgrade all their M24s to a 300 Win Mag. Increases your lethality to probably 1,200 meters now. It's definitely a game changer. This is a TAC Mod sniper chassis system. It's magazine fed, adapts to all your night vision, your lasers, anything you want to use. Takes AR pistol grip and any AR buttstock, so now it feels more like your normal AR, what the soldier's used to on the battlefield. Not as fast as a semi-auto, but right there with it.
No matter what new weapon systems the Army brings to bear for the modern sniper, one thing is certain: the trained sniper will push its limits of lethality. Many of these Army Sniper School students will be heading to combat shortly after finishing the course, and the best pre-deployment training they can get is a complete mission simulation. For these Sniper School students, their next 12 hours will play out just like a live combat mission. It is the last chance to sharpen their skills before heading into theater.
The advantage of the sniper is that when you put them into position, you've got a thinking human being out there who can observe and report and then take appropriate action if necessary.
All right, this is your guys' operation order for tonight's urban operation.
The students are split into 6-man units representing a typical combat sniper team. Their mission is to plan a successful insertion and stalk to an effective overwatch position of an enemy stronghold. They have been given the identity of an insurgent leader and must eliminate him if the chance presents itself before the team extraction at dawn.
Sniper teams will utilize vehicular insertion teams will then infiltrate on foot to their high designated by hire. They're just going to start off with them planning. They're going to receive a mission planning folder with the hires, mission, op order, and they're going to go ahead and plan everything, the insertion, infill, exfil, everything like that. They're going to have certain things they're going to be looking for, like high-value targets, like key personnel that we know are terrorists and that they can engage. And they'll sneak into their position, and they'll set up in their position without being detected, and then they'll engage or report anything they see. All right, go ahead and start planning.
He's going to be number 2 because he's got the radio and he has all the information that he needs to continue on the mission. And number 3 man is going to be the spotter, rifleman.
The plan is to use 5 sniper teams to take positions in the suspected area of a high-value target. By increasing the number of sniper teams, it raises the possibility that one will have a clear shot, and also allows other teams to support one another should they be compromised. It's a new tactic that is proven effective in combat and represents a mission these students will likely face in theater. Almost as important as the plan, the team leader's equipment selection can be the difference between a successful sniper mission and a failure.
Yep, I'm going to have the 110, same thing, 26 SAMSOC, 6 AA batteries, screen, pipe record, 100 mile an hour tape, I got scissors, and I got a GPS.
He's going to base his decisions off what the area of operations is like. If it's really hostile, when I first got there, it was somewhat hostile. So I had an M24 and an SR25, which is the predecessor to this rifle here, an M107, We also had a saw gunner. 2 men carried a 203 gun, and only everybody but the saw gunner carried an M4 as well.
That's all back. Should take no more than 30 minutes for us to set up.
Yeah.
All right. Hopefully, all goes well.
The team has selected an insertion point likely to provide the least possibility for enemy detection. They must navigate stealthily to get into a safe position to monitor their predetermined surveillance point, hoping for a shot at the high-value target.
Big thing what we want them to do is just have something to report to the talk. So you can go out here, do a lap around the area that they're observing, just see who's awake, you know, who's sleeping.
Once in position, the instructors will search for the teams to analyze their hide sites and give them valuable advice on how to improve their tactics.
Well, I tracked the team, saw they turned left, walked down that way a little ways, started going up a hill, and I lost their track. I know they were close, dude. Yeah. I just wanted to yell out, "Where are you?" You know?
You got to stay focused, regardless. If you don't, you can be compromised. You can lose your train of thought. You've fallen asleep. Just anything can happen when you're not focused. But when you're focused, you're ready for everything. You're ready for anything that comes at you.
They have an HVT, a priority target that they have to take, which is not me. So we'll see if anybody gets me confused with their HVT.
You know your HVT's going, right?
Is he gone?
Yeah, he's going.
That car that rolled out, that was him. That was him?
Yeah.
I thought that was him.
He's going.
That was him that rolled out.
Yeah.
As soon as you guys called up, I called you on that vehicle leaving, and you were like, "Hey, it's a black Jeep," and all I saw was round headlights make the turn, and I was like, "Yeah."
Do you know where the other team's at located around the compound?
No. Okay. No, I just know where my team's at.
You want to make sure that when you do stuff like this, and even in training, you know, if you've got multiple teams observing one site, make sure that you've got comms with them. If the other team's on the other side, they could have taken the shot, and you guys could have just observed the report right here.
Okay.
None of the sniper teams successfully engaged the high-value target, and with sunrise approaching, they must complete the final phase of their mission and exfiltrate to the extraction point. Their mission objective was failed, but many valuable lessons were learned. The next time they will be in a hide will likely be in a combat zone, so the knowledge passed down from the instructors is invaluable. Sniper missions only rarely involve firing a shot, but when they do, their fire is some of the most effective on the battlefield. And while some believe these men only take lives, Army snipers serve one of the highest purposes on the battlefield. With each enemy sniper they eliminate, with each IED emplacer they reduce, and for every vehicle-borne IED they stop, snipers are protecting their fellow soldiers on the battlefield.
And we're out there to save lives, not take lives. So if we can go out there and keep our buddies safe, that's what we want to do.
He's your real-time eyes on target. He's the person that's watching what's happening before the battle.
We'd be observing where they're going to be going, a couple blocks down. There's an IED at this intersection. We just saved probably 4 or 5 guys by finding the IED because they were about to get blown up.
You try and impart as much knowledge as you can on these guys before they deploy, because we don't want to see any of them fail. We don't want to see any of them, the worst case scenario would be somebody losing their life because they didn't follow any instructions that we gave out to them.
Well, the future of the sniper is almost guaranteed, to be honest with you. Because at the end of the day, we're all humans, and if we've got to kill innocents just to get one bad guy, that doesn't sit well with us.
Like every branch of the U.S. Armed Forces, the role of the Army sniper is changing in ways his predecessors could have only dreamed of. Yet one thing remains the same.
There is no weapon system, there is no warrior that is more precise than a U.S. sniper.